We are starting the fourth phase of the revitalization of Columbia Center. This was in the planning stages back in 2000 on paper. We knew that we had to reinvent ourselves, or we were going to have vacancies, we were going to have vandalism, and we were going to have units that we couldn't market. So we started planning how we would do it, how long it would take to do it, how we were going to bring the financing together. So little by little, we learned about tax credits, and that was really the key of learning to go and apply for tax credits that the state offers. And we started the competition, and we've been successful. This is our fourth one. The last phase, of course, will be the middle section of Columbia Center, and we're hoping that in 2012 we pursue an application, and 2013 we will be able to finish Columbia Center overall. But I'd like to introduce our mayor, and I'd also like to introduce our commissioners that are here present, starting with our Commissioner Anthony Adriano and Commissioner Ruth Tall, Commissioner Joe McCarthy, and they're very instrumental in working with us in the planning stages and putting it all together. All of this requires a lot of cooperation from all entities, and I'd like to thank the planning department. I think we have Brian Poland here and helping us in every stage of the way so that we're in compliance with all the planning. Our staff, which Brian McCarroll, where are you, Brian? Brian is very instrumental, working hand in hand with that Brian, our two Brians, to make sure that everything that needs to be done in terms of public notices and all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, and all the staff that always comes to the table when we need to get things out and meet all kind of compliances. For this phase, because it's a mixed income development, what has to happen is you have so many people at the table, you have to have HUD approval from every aspect of the game. The land belongs to the federal government, so we have to get approval from the Chicago office to dispose of or to demolish any property. And there's a whole packet that has to go into the Chicago office to get approval there. The field office has to approve what rents that we're proposing, how we're going to relocate the residents, how are they going to be affected, how are we going to take care of the people that are being relocated, which we have done, and done quietly. Staff's done it so many times that we do a lot of hand-holding, and hopefully no complaints to the mayor's office on any relocation issues. And it worked out well, because a lot of people that had to be relocated from the old Chestnut and the old Columbia Circle East were moved into American Heartland Homes 1, which is under construction. July of last year we did groundbreaking for American Heartland Homes 1, and that should be finished by September. So I think that in itself is just completely amazing that we were able to do a groundbreaking, and Berglund Construction has been really super in getting it done, and we're in leasing right now in a lot of the phases for American Heartland Homes 1. So here we are today, and I'd like to introduce, and he doesn't need an introduction, our mayor, Mayor Thomas McDermott Jr.
I usually don't need amplification, so I want to say, first off, I want to recognize that besides Councilwoman Poland, other City Council members in attendance, Councilman Michael Pinker from the 5th District, and from Hammond's 2nd District, Councilman Al Salinas. Thank you very much for coming out. I've been mayor 8 years now, and it's the first time I've ever heard the city planner get a round of applause. Brian, congratulations. But shortly after World War II, the decision was made to build the Columbia Center in Hammond. And basically, once the units were built, people have been living in them for decade after decade with really no change or no plan that's been made to them since that time. When I took over as mayor, Maria and I sat down, and she told me she had a vision. She wanted to work with tax credits, and she wanted to redefine this whole area. And we're almost 100% done at this phase. It started with the southwest corner at the corner of Columbia and 175th, and we did the Golden Manor, which is a very successful development. Then we went to the next phase, which is along 175th, when we built the Saxony Homes, which is a beautiful addition to the Columbia Center. Then we did American Heartland Home 1. Now we're doing American Heartland Homes 2. It seems like every year we're doing a groundbreaking out here. It's been very successful. I think it's neat how you redefine public housing, because public housing in the 40s is a lot different than public housing in 2011. It seems like in Hammond that we're moving forward. We're redefining ourselves. We're making it look a lot nicer. We're blending it in better with the community. And I'm glad to be a participant in this. The City of Hammond has partnered with the Hammond Housing Authority, with the board, with Maria, and I think it's been good for all the residents of this part of the city. So congratulations to the Hammond Housing Authority for American Heartland Homes 2. Thank you all very much.
Did any of our commissioners want to say a word or two?
Sure. It's kind of a full circle for me because I grew up in housing. My mother raising four of us, cleaning homes, other people's homes, and waitressing, and raising four kids. There was a safety net in Hammond. There was Hammond Housing. This was exactly the way that I remember it, the old brick. Some of these that have been remodeled, the kitchen, the furnace, the sink, and the slop sink were all located in one area, and everybody lived in bunk beds in a small, little, very confined quarters. So when the mayor asked me to sit on the Housing Authority Board, it was kind of deja vu, and the transformation of housing has been spectacular, and I feel an obligation to the citizens of Hammond, and also the making sure that safety net is maintained. And the one thing I will compliment Maria, and I do question a lot of what goes on, and I make sure that the city gets the biggest bang for its buck. But East Chicago, Geary, South Bend, other places in Indiana have used Hammond, Indiana as a template of what housing can possibly be. So we're moving away from the stigma and moving into affordable housing. And I got to give the administration credit and the housing director credit in implementing something that is unique. And we want to make sure that it's maintained properly, and we'll do our job as commissioners to make sure that the citizens get the biggest bang for their buck. Thank you.
Before anyone does leave, we do have the model open right on the corner of Chestnut and 173rd, American Heartland Homes 1. It's a model that we have, so please take time to see what's been accomplished there. And I'd like to ask the mayor if he would hit the first brick, but not his. Pardon me. And I did ask Kim if she wanted. Kim, did you want to say a word or two?
Okay. I'll make it brief and quick. Yeah. I can't say as councilwoman of the 4th District how proud I am for this development. It has totally changed the face of the south side of Hammond, and I'm very proud to represent this area. Maria's done an awesome job as the commissioners and our mayor, and there's housing for everyone in Hammond, and it doesn't have to look bad. And we've kind of removed that stigma. It's beautiful. I've been in these places. I've met numerous people. Golden Manor, I totally am just enthralled with, because I know many of the seniors. I know their issues. And it's just turned into a really wonderful community and a very safe community. So I'm very, very proud to be part of this. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, Kim. So, Mayor, if you would, we have a sledgehammer, we have some shovels. If we could do a photo
I'll try not
right
to
here.
hurt myself this year. Congratulations to the Hammond Housing Authority, American Heartland Homes 2, another revitalization in Hammond, Indiana. Congratulations, everybody.
All right, there you go.
Taking that out.
Take it out on there. All right. And it wasn't loosened.
Hey.
Nice.
Very good.
All right, Mayor.